Oh,
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the murder mystery podcast called Murder with My Sister.
I'm Marie.
I am Lisa.
Good to see you back.
Thanks for tuning back in, all three of you.
7 of my family members.
I actually talked to Katie, my friend at work, who I told her what one we did last week, and she's like, so we might have lost one.
Why?
Oh, she doesn't do the spooky ghosties.
Oh, that's fine. You can skip
she's
that
when
one.
I told her, she's like, I said we did Resurrection Mary and Bachelor's Grove, and she's like, I don't know what that means.
Oh,
I know, and I was like, so I started telling her, and she's like, no, those aren't my jam, my jelly roll, all that good stuff.
Whatever.
But she's the one helping us with our Facebook right now, so we're gonna be nice.
Okay, that's fine. Hi, Katie. Love you.
Yeah, we do.
Love you.
So this is your story this week.
This is my story.
I watched the fucking Netflix that you told me to watch.
Yeah.
I never saw it. I didn't realize it aired in April of 2022.
Yeah.
I could have sworn that I watched this when I was on maternity leave with Aubrey, and I remember watching something with John Wayne Gacy.
There are so many.
And I was like, I can't watch this with her. I can't watch this with she could probably hear she's absorbing this. And it was really funny because it actually triggered a memory where I was like, I remember after I had her, I had a real hard feel for true crime where I was like, I don't know if I could do this anymore. Like, I mean, I was hardcore. My Favorite Murder, I listened to it twice because I just couldn't get enough.
Back, yeah.
I went back and I'm like, fuck yeah, we're going to listen again. and I was doing True Crime Garage is another one of my fucking favorites. I love it. All of the good ones, like, Someone Knows Something.
Or The First Degree I listened to.
So I was listening to all of those so intensely. And then I had Aubrey and I was like, oh my God, have I lost it? Have I lost it? And then I don't remember what I did at that time. There was a very large blur of the first few months with her.
Well, I'm pretty sure you didn't sleep for months.
God, no, there was no sleeping.
With Miss the Dragon.
No sleeping. So I am just going to tell you that I thought I had seen this. I did not. I did watch all 3 episodes, but this is your story. I'm going to let you take it away, and I am going to jump in from time to time.
Okay, but I got 2.
What?
How scary is this? I have 2 stories from the front lines.
So, it's funny you say that because I have 1.
Oh, really?
But you do yours first.
Okay.
I'll jump in later with mine.
So the first one happened, and it was just like, somebody who knew somebody kind of a thing. This wasn't as scary as the second one. But the first one happened, do you remember when we were younger and I worked for like 4 months downtown?
Yes.
At that call center.
Oh, yeah. Because you had lunch with me at the Sears Tower a couple times. Yes.
So I met a lady. This was like a insurance company or something where they had like nurses that if you had a problem and you couldn't get in to see your doctor, you could call your insurance company and there was a 24-hour nurse line.
Fun.
So there was a nurse there that I met and got to know. She was like kind of in her 50s, like going into retirement mode and stuff. So that's why she was doing what she was doing. But she was a ER nurse and she worked at Cook County Hospital. She told me that she took care of John Wayne Gacy when he came in with chest pain and they thought he was having a heart attack.
Bye.
And I did ask her that. I was like, did you ever think about like not giving him medicine or maybe giving him too much medicine? Or
you have to.
She's like, I thought about it. Of course, everyone does. She's like, I can't say that I had the opportunity to do such a thing, but I just didn't.
But if she had.
But I didn't. And I was like, okay, cool. So that was a first degree. And then the second frontline story is I met a guy.
Oh.
And he's older. He's probably in his 60s.
Salacious little bitch.
I know, right?
God.
And he's a cook at one of the rehab places.
Okay.
So we're chatting about something. Like whenever I would go there on Thursdays when they had like an alumni night and
Mhm.
stuff and all the people were there, he would always come over. He's like, "Hey Marie, you want something for dinner? I'm making chicken tonight. I'm making this tonight for the guys." And he would bring me like dinner. He's a sweet guy.
Mhm.
So he told me, I don't know how we got on the subject, but he told me, he goes, "Yeah, I almost got killed by John Wayne Gacy once." And I was like, "Wait, what? Do tell?" I was like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, I was like 16, 17, 18-ish. My mom got somehow a lead on if you go talk to this guy, he's looking for help."
Oh, no.
Yeah. And you can, he doesn't care if you're experienced or whatever. It's just like laborers type work, but he has a contracting business. My mom set the whole thing up. He goes, "So the day comes around where I'm supposed to meet with this guy. And of course, me being who I am, I'd rather go drink beer and fish." So
Oh,
he didn't go.
good for him.
He went with his friend, they went fishing, he blew him off, whatever. He goes back home that later that day, his mom's like, "What happened with the job, with the job?" He's like, "Yeah, I didn't actually go to the job." And then she was pissed at me for weeks and weeks. This guy gets arrested, he's all over the news, and his mother, like ghost white, turned to him and was like, "That's the guy that you were gonna meet."
That is fucking horrific.
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 It reminds me of when Fran put you in the newspaper to find basement or to clean
To
people's
clean
houses or
people's houses.
like, not only did
I
she
don't even think I was
no,
13.
no, dude, bro, you were 11
I
because
was a baby. I was a
I
child.
remember where I was like, "I don't wanna clean people's house." Like, I was a little baby kid, and I'm like, "I don't wanna clean people's houses or basements," and off she went. Not only did she not protect us from the serial killers, but she's like, "Let me hand deliver my precious child to you." And do you remember that basement that you
Yeah,
said you went to that
it
guy
was
with?
awful.
And as I was sitting there, I'm like, I all I kept thinking was that I know my time was coming.
Mm.
Like, I knew that I was gonna be 11 next year, and that meant that I was gonna have to start working. Do you
Fucking
remember
Fran.
when she signed us up for that Red Cross babysitting class?
Yeah,
And so here we are, 11 and 12 years old,
yeah.
again, taking 2 fucking Chicago CTA buses to go
To the library to
to the
learn how to
library to
do
do the
CPR.
CPR so then my mom can put us in the newspaper again as Red Cross certified babysitters. So here we are now, 11 and 12 years old,
In charge of other
in
people's
charge of
kids.
other people's household. And it wasn't like babysitting now where I pay my babysitter
Mm,
like an obscene amount of money just to keep my kids alive.
no.
We watched multiple children.
Yeah.
They would be gone for
All
hours.
night.
All fucking night, these bitches. And they would pay us like $5 for the night.
Yeah.
And the house had to be clean.
Wait. And then our pimp, Fran, took half.
Oh, where's your babysitting money? So, wait, did I tell you the story when I was babysitting for the people around the corner? Do you remember his little name was Elvis Presley? It was the Presleys. They lived on the block across the like alley from us.
On Erica's block.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they lived in the brown two-story next
Didn't
to
we get in
Willie.
trouble for calling 1-800 numbers on their phone?
I'm sure we did. And I babysat for them, so 11, 12 years old. They got home both drunk off their asses at like fucking 1
Their
o'clock in the
house was
morning.
really bad
Their
too.
house is really
Really
bad,
dirty.
and they're like, "Okay, here's your $5. Thanks for watching our 3 kids and cleaning our house."
They had babies in diapers.
And they gave me the $5, and I was at the door, and I'm like, "It's 12:30 at night in the morning," and I'm like,
You're gonna walk
"Okay,
home
bye."
in the back of the yards of
They didn't
Chicago.
even call my mom and say, like, "We're sending her home." I just walked home at in the middle of the night.
Oh my god.
Fran was asleep, like, she didn't even know,
Nope. And
just
what'd you do?
asleep
You pulled that key
off
off your
my
little
neck,
lanyard
off my
around your
neck,
neck?
and I just opened the door and went inside,
Fucking
and
80s.
she was sleeping.
Once again, we should not be here.
It it
We should not be here.
absolutely blows my mind that multiple adults, we can't even blame Fran exclusively because other adults
The
did what
parents.
she did.
Yeah.
This was a family that had 3 kids, and an 11-year-old was watching them, and they're
Unbelievable.
like, "Bye, have a nice walk home, dickhead."
Unbelievable.
So anyways,
We should not
yes,
be here.
we digress, but anyway, so yes, so that was your front
Ugh.
line. So why don't you so I hadn't seen this one. I did watch it. Take us away.
Okay,
I don't
I'm gonna run through this the way that it's presented in the
and I'm
documentary.
just gonna chime in from time to time.
So it opens
Mhm.
with the disappearance of a
Yes.
young man named Robert Peast,
Mhm.
who was working at a grocery store. He went outside to talk to a contractor who was looking for side help
Mhm.
and never seen again.
Well, the mic got stuck on my boob.
Uh-oh. He was literally just went outside, like, grabbed his coat and was like, "I'll be right back," and
Don't
that was
say
it.
literally like that anymore.
Literally. Literally. Anyway, his mother came to pick him up from work. He wasn't there. She waited for him, but he didn't come back. It was her birthday.
Was her birthday.
So she was like, I know he's going to be here, whatever. And he never came back.
Mhm.
They reported him missing, and it's always the like, same thing. Um, where they say he's a runaway and this
Mhm.
and that, even though the kid never ran away in his fucking life and had no reason to run away.
So wait, so if I remember correctly though, the family when they went to the police station, they brought the whole family with.
Yeah,
So they're like, this is a good family. He's not a runaway. He wouldn't miss his mom's birthday. I thought the police took this one more seriously and they started looking for him.
I don't think they looked right away.
I thought, all right, we'll have to double check on that one. You know what? And if you know, if you saw it, write us at murderwithmysister@gmail.com and let us know who's right.
True story.
I mean, I'm just saying, I think I'm right because I just watched it this week.
Anyway,
But okay.
then the documentary bounces to
Mm.
present day. Gacy is being suspected of having had part in this disappearance because he was the contractor that everyone's referring to. So he was at the same place at the same time. And for some reason, they look into something and realize that he has a rap sheet and a conviction for from the 1960s for sodomy in Iowa. And apparently to this date, no one ever thought to look at this man's background for any reason, although I think he's been involved with the police many times.
So
They
wait, now in the 60s, though, because I remember I saw that too, he was convicted of, was it 2 years? 2 years?
Oh, he was
Or was
I
it
don't
10
it was
years?
something like 10 years and he served like 18
18
months.
months. 18 months. And I remember I was like, okay, Lisa, let's forgive. Let's give peace a chance. Because they weren't doing like overstate line communications,
No,
right?
that's what they
So,
go into is that at some point there was something else where there was he came back to Chicago to
right.
serve his probation.
That's
They
right.
allowed him to move
Yes.
from one state to another, and then when he got here, nobody here ever looked back to see what he had done. They just said, "Oh, he's on probation or parole or whatever the fuck."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And all this time, it was a violent sex,
Mm-hmm.
act that he was actually had been convicted of
Yep.
because there was no communication. But isn't that crazy? Like, they are like, "Yeah, sure, send him back over here.
Get on over
Why
here.
not?
Get
It'll be
on over here.
fine."
And you know what? While you're here, go ahead and start your own business.
Mm. Throughout this doc, they describe him as Gacy, as arrogant, pushy, a know-it-all, reckless. They
So,
repeatedly say he was full of himself.
okay, so you watched it.
Oh, yeah.
How long ago did you watch it? Like,
This week.
okay, don't let's forget that he's the most disgusting human being that we've ever met.
I don't think he was human, but okay.
Let's just look at his face.
Yeah.
Does he not look like 16, 60, 50 other people from the back of the yard?
Yeah.
Like, I know he was from Des Plaines, but he has that Polish,
Yeah.
s like, I don't even wanna say like our grandfather, but they wore their
Yeah.
hair that same pompadour fucking back
There
style.
were pictures when
I'm like, why
he
do I feel like he looks like people I know.
'cause he does. There were pictures of the women, like the old women in the neighborhood standing
Yes.
outside his house when they were doing like, demolishing it and stuff.
Mhm.
Lisa, they looked
Babushkas?
yes.
I just said babushka.
They looked like Mrs. O
Mhm.
with that fucking net on their heads.
It's a babushka.
The babushka.
Mhm.
So documentary now jumps to Gacy's time in Waterloo, Iowa.
Mhm.
He moved there and was married,
Mhm.
was managing a Kentucky Fried Chicken franchise for his father-in-law who owned 2 stores.
Mhm.
He picks up some young guys, invites them to come hang out at his house. Creepy. And we're talking to one of the guys in the documentary. This guy says he got left behind after all they were, drinking, playing pool, whatever, by his friends. They said, "Oh, why don't you stay here? He'll drive you back to wherever the fuck tomorrow." Blah, blah, blah. The guy's like, "I don't really want to stay
Mhm.
there, but I
Mhm.
didn't have a choice. I had nowhere else to go." So he stays at the place. Gacy tells him, "Let's play pool.
Ugh.
And if I win, I'll perform a
Yes.
sex act
I
on
saw
you.
that.
And if you win, you do me." And the kid was like, "Fuck no.
I ain't doing any sex acts
I
with
don't want to
anybody.
do anything with you."
Yeah.
So then Gacy puts on what they call a stag film, which I think is just another way of saying porn.
It is. So, on that note, as I was watching this documentary, one of the things I did not like about it, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say this because I judge, I did not like the added sex clips that they used.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it didn't pertain to Gacy in any way
No.
when they were talking, like, oh, and then, he was part of this gay community, and, and if you were a gay man. And then so they're trying to be sympathetic to the gay community, who, by the way, was just fucking treated miserably.
It
I
was
mean,
bad. It was really bad.
it's I'll tell you later when we
Less
get there,
than.
but,
Just
like, I
less
didn't
than.
like those little clips, and then it showed, like, a bunch of men that were, like,
Mhm.
with each other, and I'm like,
Mhm.
it was just like, in my opinion, like, a really cheap way to get in
Mhm.
some salacious viewing,
Yeah.
and so it was the one thing on this documentary, I noted it on all 3 episodes where they put in, like, those random 5-second clips of nakedness where I'm like, "Okay, you don't need to do that." Like,
Yeah.
this story is fucking gross enough.
You know what else they didn't need to do? Show us pictures of these children when they found them. They really didn't need to do
Well,
that. They could have just said it was bad. I didn't need to see those images.
okay, you're fast forwarding.
I'm just saying.
I agree. I agree. Like, I agree.
All right.
There's a lot of you
So
picked this fucking story.
anyway,
Okay.
this the kid's watching the pornography,
Mhm.
and then he realizes that Gacy's standing behind him
Ugh.
and that there's a gun pointed at his
Mhm.
head. He starts crying, he begs, Gacy starts laughing at him and is like, "Oh, it was a joke. I was just trying to test you. I was
Mhm.
just trying to see what kind of person you were." And then he's like, "Oh, it's fine, it's fine." They go to bed. This poor guy, like, has
Mhm.
no
I
choice
know.
but to
I
go to
know.
sleep in this man's
I
house.
know.
Jesus Christ. He goes to his bedroom and he wakes up because Gacy's on the edge of his bed and there's a knife at his throat. The kid starts crying and begging, and Gacy does it again. And
Mhm.
he starts laughing. "Oh, it's just a joke. It was just a joke." He leaves him, and I'm like, he's fucking torturing him.
Mhm.
At this point in the 60s, he hadn't killed anyone
That's
that we
right.
know of.
That's right.
He's
He's trying it out.
he's trying it out.
He's
He's
testing the
testing the
water.
water.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Sick fuck.
In the morning, he drives the kid to Iowa Falls, threatens him the whole way. "Don't you tell anybody. Don't you ever say anything, blah, blah, blah." And the kid never reports it. Shortly after this, he picks up another kid. His last name was Voorhees.
Mm.
They had an encounter Gacy describes as consensual, but it likely wasn't. The kid tells his dad
Mm.
what happened to him and what Gacy had done, and that's when he gets charged with sodomy.
Thank
So
God.
the first kid, he tortures him. The second kid, he assaults him.
So it's just it's a natural progression for this
Mhm.
fucking psychopath.
He was given a diagnosis of antisocial personality disorder.
Okay.
Do you know what that means?
No, not even a little bit.
All right, because Becky used to throw that term around, and she would say because she was an introvert and liked to be by herself, that grandma would say she's antisocial, she's antisocial. Like,
Mhm.
that's how they would say it.
Mhm.
It actually means it doesn't mean that. It actually means antisocial personalities are people who believe that the rules of society don't apply to them. "Oh, there's stop signs? Yeah, that doesn't apply to
I
me."
don't need those.
Shut the fuck up, you psycho. But that's what they're referring to. So when they said antisocial personality
Mhm.
disorder for this guy, they're saying he doesn't think that he committed a crime. That's not a crime.
Is that right?
Yes,
Okay.
that kind of thing. Um, he's convicted, and the day after, he's served with divorce papers from the Kentucky Fried Chicken King's wife.
So
Daughter.
I heard on a podcast when I had first listened to this story that while he was in Iowa and in charge of those, because he managed a couple of those stores,
Yeah.
that he asked people or demanded that people call him the Colonel.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Mhm.
Are you kidding
Not even a
me?
little bit.
That's so antisocial personality
Yeah, he
disorder.
was a real
I'm the
special kind of
king.
fucking loser. Yeah.
Now, I'm not getting political, but
No,
you do
don't.
realize
No,
that
please don't.
that's why the Cheeto Man, I'm just gonna call him the Cheeto
Don't,
Man.
don't.
That's why he has that personality. Some of our best businessmen, right? Like the big wigs that run these Fortune 500 big companies, they have a little bit of this. That's why they're so good at what they do.
Right.
Now, flip side, people like this
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
killers. But that's that kind of personality that I mean, I see it in the doctors I work with sometimes,
Yeah.
they're like, "I can make people live." I'm like, I mean, yeah, but
I
you
believe
still
it.
gotta drive the speed limit and be nice to people.
You still gotta drive this speed
I'm
limit.
just saying.
Oh, that's
Um,
great.
they jump back after this to 1978 in Des Plaines. Gacy says he's being followed by the police. He says he enjoyed playing games with the police as they
Mhm.
were following him. He says, I could lose them anytime I want. That
Yep.
bravoso, right?
Yeah.
His victimology, it turns out, are small stature young guys with light colored hair, kids that he thought he could overpower,
Right.
essentially.
Well, he's a big beefy guy.
Yeah, he's a big fat guy. Um,
You just said
they
the F word.
start, I'm just saying. They start talking to the different people at his various job sites, and then it starts coming to light
Huh?
that a lot of people who worked
Hmm.
for him are sort of missing.
Was that a humdinger of a
Michael
problem?
Rossi, David Cram are gophers at the contracting sites that they're talking to, and they realize Gregory Godzik,
Mhm.
John Bukovich, John Sick. There were easily 4 or 5 missing persons associated, like, had worked for him. Most people don't even know one person who's missing.
Right.
So that red flag, red flag. They jump back to Iowa. He was sentenced to a reformatory, not an actual prison, because he was under the age of 26. Gacy says he becomes very powerful and popular because he was a cook and controlled the food.
Ugh.
If you
Oh,
piss him
God.
off, you were eating mouse poop. Like any little thing he could control with.
His voice in these and some of the
Ugh.
stuff that he said, I was just like, I mean, are you really just saying this like
Out
out
loud.
loud? And that just fuck, dude.
I know.
He okay, I'm gonna tell you a
Can
little
you hear
secret.
yourself talking?
Yeah, sometimes I can. When you said last week that you wanted to do John Wayne Gacy, I was
Yeah.
literally like, "Oh god, I hate this story." And it's not just because it's Chicago and he murdered so many
It's so
men.
bad.
I hate everything that this represented. The time, the way that he, let's just be honest, was able to kill
Mhm.
30 boys, not
Mhm.
men.
No, they were babies.
One of the things I didn't hear in this documentary, and it kind of bothered me a little, was the term pedophile.
Because
So
he technically
he
was.
was. These were all young boys. So under the age of 18.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Yeah, all of them. A lot of
16,
them. 15.
17.
There was one that was even younger than that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how come we weren't calling this motherfucker a pedophile?
Good point.
How come we weren't treating the fact that all of these boys went missing? And I know there were a lot of runaways in the 70s and 80s because you know why? Because parents were fucking parenting bad. And
Lisa, they
we
weren't even parenting bad, they just weren't parenting. They were just absent.
we are trying to get better. Like, I'm trying to be a better parent. You are being a better parent. We're making the progression to be better. But at this time, there was just a lot of fucking bad parenting. So yes,
100%.
there were some runaways. Not every fucking kid ran away.
No.
And how was he able to murder 30 boys and
Did you
not
ever
nobody was what?
I know.
Can you imagine? Let me fucking color this for you. You're a parent of a 15-year-old boy
Mhm.
that isn't unhappy. He's a good student.
Mhm.
His friends like him. You have an okay life, and the police just tell you, well, he ran away. Like,
Give it some time.
you haven't done one lick of fucking work. You haven't picked up a phone. You haven't interviewed a person. I come to you. I say, my son is missing.
Mhm.
Without doing one little fucking thing, you're going to tell me that he's a fucking runaway.
You know
You
what
don't
they
even
call
know
that?
me.
You know what they call that?
What?
Gaslighting.
Oh, was I doing it to them? Or did I
No,
do it?
I'm
Oh,
just saying.
okay. So it's just when you said you wanted to do this, I was like, this is an ugly story. It's an ugly time. It's an ugly, just horrible fucking story. I'm really glad we're covering this
I
right
know,
now.
aren't you happy?
So then I never have to look at it again. All right, continue.
Um, Back to Displains,
Yes, take me there.
present time.
Present.
The cops were right out in the open following
Mm-hmm.
him. They decided they weren't even gonna try to, like, hide it.
Mm-hmm.
Gacy invited them into his house
Fucking asshole.
because he thought, he's smarter than everyone. While in the house, one of the cops uses the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
The heat kicks on, and he can smell the dead.
I thought this was during the first search warrant
It's the smell
that gets the.
that gets the warrant.
Mm.
So the cops, like, they know what the fuck they're smelling. This is a very, like, you can't ever
I
smell it
heard
and
that
not
from
unsmell it.
multiple cop
Lisa,
interviews, is that it's a smell you don't.
do you
It's
not remember the hamster?
fucking shut up, Nanook.
Nanook.
This magical little creature was
I
in.
he was so sweet.
He was housed in a bird cage that I had flipped on its side,
Yeah.
and he was able to manipulate the little trap door open when he wanted to, and he would kind of like circus clown hang from
Yeah, I
the.
remember that.
Oh, he was such a crubble. He was a little hamster, and he got out one day, and he ran away. He didn't come back.
He ran away.
He ran away. He didn't come back, but it turns out his runaway didn't get him very far.
Yeah.
And that winter,
Yeah.
when we turned on the heat, we
Woo.
knew where
We
he
knew
had
where he
run
was.
away to.
Somewhere in there.
Oh, and
It
I
was
mean, I
bad.
think it was like 2 years. And I remember I'm like, Mom, are we gonna do something about this? And she's like, what the
Nothing.
fuck do you want me to do about it, Lisa?
Nothing.
It was your fucking hamster. And I'm like, I mean, every time the heat kicks on, I want to vomit.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
beating
was
her up pretty
Lisa,
bad today.
if you
Poor Fran.
if you in your home smelled that anywhere, could you rest unless you pulled up the fucking floorboards finding it?
All right. You ask a serious question. I'm going to give you a serious answer. I have 2 kids, 3 and 1.
Uh-huh.
I smell some stuff in my house now. And I have gotten to the point where I'm like, I cannot crawl on the floor or sniffing couch cushions and creases to find mystery scents. There are times when I'm sitting on the couch and I'm like, well, could be the couch, could be the floor, could be me. And that's just the way that ball bounces.
Good Lord.
Wait, we're going to take a quick break here. And if we ever
It's
get any
still going.
sponsors,
Yeah.
this would be where we say, we're going to be right back. So I thought I had to hit the record button and you told me to hit the space bar.
I was wrong. I'm sorry. We're back. Hi.
Hi.
All right.
All right. Take us back there.
They have the bad smell in the bathroom,
Mm-hmm.
and the cop knows what he's smelling. They start talking to the gopher kids, the 2 kids at the contracting place, and then they find out that Gacy had them digging in the crawl space. So they knew about this. They smell the smell, and the cops are like, holy fuck.
So you realize at this point,
Holy fuck.
they were digging in the basement that was basically a graveyard.
Yes.
Okay.
Potentially digging their own graves.
Oh,
Potentially. How's that for
you
nightmares?
just went to a real dark place.
Just saying. So the doc bounces back to this cashier at the grocery store. She remembers when Rob Peace disappeared because it was wintertime. She was at the front of the store. The door kept opening, closing, so it was really cold up there. It was cold outside. She asked Rob, "Can I wear your jacket?" His coat.
His big puffy coat.
For some reason, somebody drops off film. Gather around the campfire, children. I'm stealing that from another podcast. She was so funny. But back in the day, you would take pictures on this thing called a camera, not your phone.
Oh yeah, it was its own device.
It was its own device.
Not electronic.
No.
I mean,
sometimes it had a battery.
Sometimes it would have a battery.
You didn't even plug it in and charge it. It had a battery. And you would pop these little cartridges in there with film.
Filaments.
It's like plasticky paper kind of stuff. Then you would take pictures, including selfies.
And you wouldn't know how they looked.
Nope.
You would just take them.
You had to take the little filmy thing to the grocery store and put it in an envelope.
And fill out all kinds of information.
And fill it all out with your name.
Phone numbers, and then
all the things.
How many pictures you wanted.
Yes.
What size you wanted.
Glossy or matte.
Oh, glossy or matte. Yes.
And then you would fold the little tabby over. And you would tear the top of the envelope off, and that had a number on it, kind of like a lottery ticket, that matched your envelope. And that was your receipt.
Yep. And then you would wait.
About a week. And then you would go and pick it up and pay for it. And sometimes you paid for a whole roll of film. And you got one picture.
You would pay for a whole roll of film only to see, oh, your fucking finger was in the way.
The moment is past.
Oh, times were good.
So this young lady, for some reason, had some intuition. And she took the ticket off of the top of this film envelope and put it in the pocket of his coat.
So the other podcast that I had listened to, and I'll go ahead and
that's
say
like
it was
witchy level shit.
True Crime Garage. Their story, actually they did this. They covered this before this came out, so their information is a little different. And their story was that she had a crush on him. So she put the tape in his pocket because then she's like, he'll find it later and be like, oh, you left this in my pocket.
Aww.
But I don't know how, we don't know how true that is. I just saw the documentary that you had me watch.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the story. She was the first.
She was giving it.
Yeah.
So she didn't say it. But I think she would have admitted by now.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you, this kid was cute.
Yeah, all of them.
All these kids. I looked at the pictures at the end and I'm like, they're all cute. These are all, anyway.
Fucker.
Anyway. So, blah, 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 the film receipt. For some reason, she put the film tag in the pocket of the jacket. It was Rob Peace's coat pocket. The cops, because he invites them in. I don't know how they end up going through his trash, but they go through his trash.
So I swear I think that was the first search warrant, and that's how they were able to get the second, because they had two search warrants.
I think I missed that part then.
The first search warrant covered the house, and they had to go back because they didn't find anything except for that tag.
Yeah.
And the judge is like, I can't give you another, I guess at that time, second search warrants were not a big thing.
Okay.
So they went to him and they're like, we need to get in that crawl space.
Okay.
And that was how they were able to get the second search warrant, was that they saw that tag.
The tag put him
at the grocery store.
At the pharmacy.
They talked to that girl. And she's like, no.
Oh, he said she lied.
Yeah,
she was like, I never lied.
No, and she said that. I didn't fucking lie. So she was like, I told them he went out to talk to that man.
Yeah.
That fucker.
So then they get the second search warrant. And then it bounces to Gacy with his defense attorney. And all Gacy will say is, this boy is dead, when he talks about Peace. Then he says, in his words, I've been judge, jury, and
Mhm.
executioner for many people.
Mhm.
The lawyer is like, that was one of the scariest nights of my life, listening to Gacy's confession. He says his co-counsel person who was also there was smoking literally one cigarette after another. He even lit his cigarette backwards, like put the wrong end of the
Mhm.
cigarette in his mouth. He was probably shaking so hard listening to this fucking nightmare. And then later, the next morning, because he talks through the whole night and
Mhm.
confesses all this shit, the next morning he tries to say, I don't even remember saying any of that
Right.
stuff. And then Gacy walks out of his fucking lawyer's, like, it
Right.
confesses
Right.
to all
All
these
this, and
murders,
he's like, "I
and
gotta
he
go.
just
I
goes.
gotta go."
He just
And I remember
goes.
his lawyer saying, "We gotta keep him here. We can't let him go. We can't let him go." And he's like, "Well, I got things to do. I gotta get out of here." And off he goes.
Just
Bye.
fucking
Hey,
leaves.
wait, bro. We were into something.
He noped out of there. And that's the end of episode 1. That was it. That's where they leave off. I'm like, "Wait, what the fuck?"
Oh my god, that was
And of
only
course,
episode 1. We're 35 minutes in.
dude, it might be a two-parter.
I was just gonna say
It's
all of
okay.
them are okay.
So, go to episode 2. Of course, I had to wait a whole day to watch it again because I
Mhm.
have to do this at lunchtime.
Yeah, I did it while
I'm
I was
like,
getting ready in
"All
the
right,
morning.
all right, great. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do any questions? Okay, are you sure? Okay, all right, okay, cool, bye." And then I'm like, gotta get to my computer and watch
Uh-huh.
this."
Uh-huh.
Episode 2 opens discussing the disappearance of a young man named Michael in June 1976. He was 17 years old. He told his friends he was going to go get something to eat, get on the bus to go home, but he never came home.
Mhm.
Police keep saying Mike's a runaway. His sister, age 4 at the time,
Mm.
remembers going with her dad to the police station every time that he was hoping for updates. And then they learn later, the sister later learned that
Uh-huh.
Mike may have worked for Gacy.
Mhm.
Jump back to the police following Gacy, driving erratically. They say popping Valium.
Now, how did they know he was popping
I don't
Valium?
know.
Okay.
They stop at a gas station. Gacy gives the kid pumping gas. Do you remember
A
when
bag of
they?
weed?
But
Yeah.
you remember when we used to go to that one gas station and
And they would
pay
come out
and
and
they clean the
yes.
windshield and
And I
shit?
said I wanted to pump gas when I grew up. It was on Ashland Avenue,
Yep.
right by Pershing,
Yep.
and we would have to go under the Pershing Street Bridge, so you'd have to, like, make, like, a not U-turn U-turn.
Yeah.
It was, like, an official U-turn in the
Yeah.
city,
Yeah.
and then you would pull in 'cause my Fran was not
Pumping her
pumping
own
her own
gas.
gas, and they would pump the gas, and they would
Clean the
clean the
windshield.
windshields with the squeegee, and it was fantastic. It was the best part of my day. And what let's just think, what do you think was it a filler up or was it a do you remember the other term? "Gimme $10 worth
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
gas." Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I don't remember her ever saying fill her up.
No? Maybe that's TV.
I
I
always
remember, "Give me
remember.
10 bucks worth of
Yeah.
gas." Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, so Gacy has a few joints in his pocket. He knows the cops are on his butt, blah, blah, blah. He claims he gave the joints to the kid because he didn't want to be caught with that.
Mhm. Did you
That
say you had chapstick up here?
on that mirror behind you.
Okay.
That gave the cops a reason to pull him over. I guess at that point they weren't sure, like, do we let him keep doing what he's doing? Like, what are we supposed to do? They called, like, the district attorney guy, Sullivan. Sullivan's like, no, that's fine. Just pick him up. Pick him up for that. So they arrest him.
It's minty.
One of them's minty, one of them's
It's
plain.
Medicaid.
That's my favorite one.
Yum.
Love it. They bounced back to Waterloo, Iowa. Gacy had gotten paroled in 1970. He was permitted to serve his parole in Illinois. He comes back to Chicago. They didn't communicate, as we said before. They had no idea why he was or what he was paroled for unless they actually cared to do it, like talk to them.
Right.
He comes back to Chicago. He meets a lady named Carol Hoff, who was a divorcee with 2 little girls, and they start dating. Now, this lady, unfortunately, back in the day, you got divorced, you were like a pariah. So she
Yeah.
was probably like just so happy that anyone would even fucking talk to her.
Oh, no.
It's terrible.
Poor Carol.
It's terrible. You wanna know something funny? I just saw this and
Always.
I never thought about this.
Always.
Women
Women.
are described as Miss, Mrs., Ms. We have all these little things in front of our names, right?
Mm-hmm.
Men are only Mister. That means for some
From the
reason
time that you're born to the time that you die, you're
it's important as to if you have a man, don't have a man, and blah blah blah. Like why?
Did you just think of that?
No, it was on the Tiki-Taki.
God damn it.
I'm saying. Gacy,
Motherfuckers.
I know, bastards.
Fuckers.
Gacy says he wants to be honest with Carol, and he told her, this is in his own words, he was a bisexual and had engaged in some things, but he wasn't gay and found those people disgusting and sick. He actually says, if Carol had been stronger, this thing wouldn't have gotten loose.
You know,
He actually said that. He fucking blamed his wife for being unable to keep his proclivities in check.
it's always the wife's fault. Fucking rotten wives.
Rotten wives.
Rotten to the
Bitches.
core, yes. Ew. Ew. A friend of mine, her
Okay.
husband recently posted the Good Wife's Guide. It was like,
Okay.
it's clearly from like, I think it said from the 1950s.
Oh, Jesus.
And it was like 1, have his dinner ready. 2, be eager to greet him. 3, always be presentable. I mean, it was like 50 things to be a good wife. And I saw it. I'm like, please tell me he's joking. Please tell me he's not so fucking stupid that he would post this for real. And then I looked down a little bit and I didn't see any, like, no activity, like no
Oh.
likes, dislikes, wows, no comments. And I'm like, usually people will jump in or like she'll jump in and be like, he didn't mean the nasty, dumb comment that he just said. But not even anybody was jumping in on that.
Whoa.
I know. I'm really curious if he fucking
And
meant
he didn't like post it and then put like those laughing faces. Like, can you believe this shit?
I'll
So
have to
he
double check.
might actually believe it.
I hope
That's sad, man.
not. Ew.
I really hope Justin never does that because I don't want to get divorced.
I mean,
But I will, and then I'll
no.
marry a lesbian.
I'm telling you,
I'm telling you.
fucking done.
They take care of you.
They do. Late life lesbians. Life lesbians rule.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
July 1972, he marries Carol. They bowled on a league.
Bowling is the devil's game. It is the fucking worst. I never fought with my husband more than when we fucking bowled together.
Your husband is
We
very
fought
competitive.
every goddamn bowling night. And every night that we had bowling, I was like, why am I doing this to myself? I fucking hate it.
I love it.
Fuck you, bowling.
So after he marries Carol, he gets involved in politics. He was made a precinct captain. The DA described him as a low-level 2-bit politician. I was like, yeah, baby.
Take that.
He had a contracting business called PDM. Did you know the guys that fix my water and stuff are PDM?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Like that fix your current one?
Yeah. It's
Oh,
in Joliet. It's called PDM.
what does it stand for?
I don't know. But now I have to find out.
We'll have to Google it.
Someone says Gacy's business PDM was painting, decorating, maintenance.
Yes.
And that even other contractors remarked, how come you have all these young guys on your crew?
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you want to hire some guys with some experience?
Because he can't kill somebody his own size.
Maybe.
Fucking prick.
Then we meet a guy who started working for Gacy at 16. He says he dug a barbecue pit in the backyard. He digs like 8 to 10 inches down so they can pour the slab. Gacy's like, dig deeper, dig deeper. So the kid keeps digging, thinking like weirdo, whatever. And then when he comes back the next day, the slab is there. And it wasn't supposed to be done that quick. And I'm like, holy fucking
So
shit.
here's the fucked up thing. He's got this kid digging it. So he knew then that his intentions for the evening were to go out
and
find some
someone.
young boy.
Yeah.
Let's stop. Let's literally just call this what the fuck it is. some young boy, a 15, look at the people around you in your life and tell me what the fuck you think a 15-year-old is. It's a little boy.
It's a child.
They don't know, their little brains are nowhere near developed. They know maybe how to control a fucking video game console. That's it.
That's it. Um,
How to file this fucker.
Gacy was rubbing elbows, they say, with
Yeah.
powerful people.
Ugh.
There's actually a picture of him with Rosalind Carter.
No, I hate it.
Can you imagine?
No, I'll bet she hated it even more.
Oh my God, I bet
He
her
made
hand
news,
probably
worldwide
was
news.
oily.
Yes.
Ugh.
Ew,
You know, like
why?
she could feel the evil when she knew. Ugh.
Do you think she could?
I bet she could.
Well, hang on though.
I bet she could.
Hang on though, because if he was in one of those situations where he was like a multiple personality,
Ah, fuck you.
then maybe he, like, people would say that like he would switch, and who was looking at me was not the same fucking person, right?
They said that about Bundy too.
Uh-huh.
Like the
Yeah.
eyes would change.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
So, and that's how they get along, because they look just like you and me.
Yeah.
Go
I
ahead.
know.
Fucking go ahead.
He
damn
became
it.
a clown
Yeah.
and was
well,
in parades and invited to various functions. I think that's the thing that, like, I've always remembered about John
Yeah.
Wayne Gacy is that he was the clown face.
Do you know, I was really happy, like, that when I know I said something I don't like, I was very happy with this documentary that they did not cover his Pogo the Clown shit as in
Mhm.
depth. I was like, thank you.
They
Please,
just
can we just
yeah,
graze over that?
yeah.
I've heard enough of that.
Gacy talked about how kids could be little
Yeah.
bastards,
I mean,
and he wanted to smack the shit out of them.
he's not wrong there.
He said he would feel up women, and
Mhm.
they didn't do anything because
It's a
you're in
clown.
character.
Mhm.
I was like,
Can you imagine?
if I went to see Santa Claus and they took a picture with
I
Aubrey
would
and
punch him
Cashin
right in his fucking
right in
bearded
his
face.
motherfucking face.
I would be like, you're about to eat that beard,
oh,
big boy.
bitch. Oh, bitch, we're
yes,
gonna
you
go.
are.
You wanna go? We're gonna
Yeah.
go.
Oh, yeah.
Let me open up a can of Southside on your ass right now.
Mm.
Anyway,
It's called Boone's Farm.
he said clowns can get away with murder. And then it bounces back to Rob Peast and the arrest. We see actual video footage of the crawl space. There's puddles of mud. So this is what the one detective said. He gets down into the crawl space. There's puddles of mud and these little red worms.
Yep.
And when he would shine the light on the worms, they would retreat back into the mud.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy's like, bad smell,
Mm-hmm.
mud, and worms. And you could see his face. I was like, holy
Yeah, did he
shit.
say, he's like, now what are those worms
Ugh.
eating that they're...
Yeah.
Oh.
He uses a little trowel while he's down in the crawl space and he digs up a shoulder bone.
Yeah.
And then it's all over.
It's over from there.
They realize it can't be Rob Peace because he's just
Right.
been missing a couple days.
Right.
They start digging. They come up with kneecaps and long bones. The cop calls up his sergeant and says, Don, I think we got a basement full of kids here.
Oh.
Holy shit. Holy shit. They go back to Gacy confessing to the cops. He says Greyhound busboy was the first one.
Yeah.
He waited for his wife to go to sleep. He went down to the bus depot looking for runaways. Either kids that couldn't come out to their families, maybe that sort of thing. Like maybe they were gay, maybe they weren't. Who the hell
Mhm.
knows? Like you don't have to be gay to be hungry and need money and be willing to do
Right.
something, right?
Right.
Like
Right.
there could be any number of situations. But the one lady said, they weren't runaways, but throwaways.
Mm-hmm.
And that broke my heart.
And she's not wrong. I mean, they're just disregarded, and it shouldn't have, there shouldn't have been that many bodies in that basement. And had Rob Peace not gone missing,
Yeah.
and that other gentleman who
He made a
survived
mistake. Yeah.
and went back and was like, I'm gonna go back and find out who this motherfucker was.
Can you imagine?
Had it not been for those two situations, he might not have been caught.
For a long time.
Like, how many years could we have let these boys go missing
Yep.
before somebody's like, maybe
So
they
by the
didn't run
by,
away?
so
Go ahead. Go fucking
Um,
ahead.
so he says he brings the kid back to his house. He liquored him up. He had sex with him. He says he woke up, the kid had a knife and was coming after him.
Uh-huh.
He got it away from him, stabbed him, killed him, panic, dug a hole, buried the kid, and then nothing happened. Wife wasn't suspicious. Nobody came looking. So Gacy called it a nicely kept little secret.
Was his wife in their house at that?
Yes!
Okay.
God damn it! Flash to 74. The marriage is souring. They're arguing a lot about not having sex. He's ignoring Carol. Gacy says, I'm working long hours. I'm tired. But
But not
he's
too
not.
tired to stay liquored up in the
No.
basement with all these fucking boys
He's
until 1
bringing
o'clock.
home guys
Yeah.
late at night. Carol knew what he was doing. She knew he was having sex with guys. She said he couldn't function with women. Gacy says, I was being accused of being with men all the
I
time.
heard, oh, yeah.
So I said, fuck
Fuck
it.
it.
And I went out and
Might
did
as well
it.
did it.
I was like,
Mhm.
motherfucker, that ain't how it works. Okay. Once again, it's Carol's fault that he did it because she accused him. So he thought he should. Then they flash to this guy, a kid, Tony, telling us how Gacy was jabbing at him, wanting to wrestle him. They start wrestling, and Gacy gets the kid's arm behind him and gets the handcuffs on him and knocks him down. Gacy goes out of the room. The kid gets out of the handcuff. When Gacy comes back, the kid knocks him over,
Uh-huh.
smushes his head in the carpet,
Fucking knock that motherfucker down.
put the cuffs on Gacy, and then Gacy is looking at him like, what the fuck just happened? And says, not only are you the only one who's ever gotten out of the cuffs, you're the only one who's ever gotten the cuffs on me.
Mhm.
And that kid lived to tell his
And
story.
didn't he say something stupid like, "Congratulations, you passed," or it was a test or something?
Yeah.
Sick.
Because he knew he couldn't overpower
Right,
him.
right.
2 weeks after that, John Buckovich went missing. And the police kept saying he's wild, he's a runaway. He was a big car guy, and his friend Tony, who did this
Mhm,
with Gacy,
mhm.
got out of it, is telling the story. He said that car was really important to John. He didn't think he'd just leave the car if he ran
Right,
away. He would
right.
have taken that car. Gacy tells about how he strangled Butkovich and then buried him in the garage floor and cemented over him. They talk about Bug House Square being a place that gay men would hook up. I've lived here my whole life. I've never heard of Bug House Square.
Well, you're not a gay man, are you?
Yeah, but I mean, we
No, I
all
don't.
know about Halstead and like that neighborhood and
Yeah,
stuff,
but
and we
that was
call it
when
Boys
yeah, that
Town,
was much further along, though. That was I mean, this is in the '70s.
I guess.
You were just little sweet baby, little angel baby, sweet Ree
I mean, I've heard some things.
when you were a baby.
No,
Oh,
no.
little baby.
Whatever. So Gacy was going to Bughouse Square looking for gay guys, or at least men to hook up with. He was looking for, as he says, the innocent ones because he felt he could control them. Gacy said, "You bought their body to do what you want with it. To me, they're not human beings." That's why I said, don't
Man.
say he's the most evil human being. He's not human. He not human. I don't care.
I mean, I
He
hate this story.
It's
I
awful.
hate it. I hate it.
He rambled on all through the night, confessing to his lawyers until 6 o'clock the next morning. The lawyer kept telling him to shut up, but Gacy was in control. He was smarter than everybody. He felt he could manipulate the police. He thought if he was helpful, he could dictate terms and get away with it again. He really thought he was
Mhm.
walking out of
Oh,
there.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, he sure did.
I'm like, wait, what?
Mhm. Mhm.
He's delusional.
Delulu, as they
Delulu.
say.
All the while, Gacy is rambling on. The cops are taking apart his
Yep.
house. They took down the walls. They ripped up the
Yep.
floor.
Well, so when they showed the pictures, like, again, I had never seen this documentary, and I feel like I've seen everything there was to see, but I know it was a crawl space, and I know grandma had a crawl space on Christiana, right? It was like
Yes.
a little tiny
Yes.
stairs and then a little door, but
Yes.
it was dirt, and it was the whole length of the house,
Yes.
and I never put 2 and 2 together for that style of crawl space.
Mm.
So in my brain, when I imagine that where they like he buried all these boys in the basement, crawl space, whatever, I just assumed it was like the basement that we had, where it was like
No.
an actual in the ground
Basement that you
basement
could stand
where
upright.
right,
No.
but that floor you could have gotten under and reburied people and then
No one would
so
know.
when I saw them tearing up this house, I was like, of course, like how were these boys down there digging?
They were literally crawling and then digging a hole. So, um, Gacy's rambling on. The cops are taking them to the thing that struck me: no overalls, no face
Oh my
masks.
God, he said that.
I was like so happy. I saw at one point somebody had a pair of gloves on.
He said
I was like,
"This was the '70s, we didn't know about any PPE." He's like, "We didn't
"Ah!"
have gloves, masks." He's like, "We're just down there digging, digging, digging," and I'm like,
I know. Um,
Poor policeman."
They found skeleton after skeleton. They found body by the barbecue. They found Bukovich in the garage or shed under the concrete. His friend Tony remembers seeing the new concrete in the shed.
Yeah,
He says there was no reason to patch that floor.
right.
Gacy says, "Those are my bodies. They had no right to touch them." He
Every
actually said that.
statement that he made, I was like, "I hate you a little bit more." How much
Unbelievable.
dislike and hate can you have for one person that you've never met?
Mm,
A lot, I
mm.
tell you a lot.
Let me tell you,
I tell you.
evil.
Evil.
Gacy said when he brought guys home, if they tried to get more money out of him or threatened to tell other people about what they did together, those were the ones he killed. He claims there were people that he let go, and there probably were people that walked away.
I'm sure.
The police said that the majority of his victims were not sex workers. They were just looking for work.
Mhm.
So that bullshit, like, oh, they were all prostitutes or
No,
whatever, they were not.
they were probably I mean, you
They were
remember
kids.
kids in those days, do you I mean, that how many police stories have we heard where they're like, "Hey, I'll give you $5 if you come and do this thing with me right
Yeah.
now." And then the kid's like, "Sure, I'll get in the car with you." There was wait, when they did when the FBI did the uh green no. Oh, dear God, I'm so sorry. Apologies from the bottom of my heart. Atlanta child murders.
Yeah.
And the police went into that area
Oh,
and
yeah,
they're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"We were able to get 7 kids in our car
Yeah.
by offering them money to go do
I
work."
remember that.
But it's not the kids. I'm not victim blaming. It is the time.
Yeah.
It was we didn't know any better.
No, it was still okay.
Fuck.
Gacy had a late model black car that looked a little like a squad car. He had a searchlight on it. Are you empty? He said by letting the kids think he was going to bust them, that he was a cop, they'd do whatever he wanted.
Mhm.
Gacy claims he did not impersonate a cop, but the police did find 50 badges, give or
Showing
take, in
this.
his house from various towns and villages. The police said he kept things from his victims, and one of the kids, Michael, they found his fishing license, among other things. They found a lot of things that belonged to those kids. They found a total of 21 bodies under his house when they did the initial search. I think it was 21 at the end of episode 2.
Okay, because I was gonna say I thought the final number was more.
33, I
Yeah.
think. But no
That's
Rob Peast.
insane.
I can't even. Gacy says about Rob Peast, he's not above ground, but he's not below ground. And then he said, leave Peast in the water.
And you know what? Fuck you with those kinds of comments. He's not
Mm.
above. Like, what do you, what?
This isn't like some
At this point,
scavenger
we
hunt.
fucking got you, motherfucker.
Mhm.
You're not going anywhere.
And that's
I
where
I
episode
hate
2 ended.
hate this.
It's bad.
All right.
Episode 3 opens with Jeffrey Rignall,
Mhm.
who was a young man in 1978 that Gacy picked up. He drugged him with chloroform and sexually assaulted him.
Violently sexually assault.
Yeah,
Mhm.
violent, 100%. This guy, God willing, woke up, he says, in Lincoln Park,
Mhm.
and he went right to the police and reported everything. His face was burned
Mhm.
from the chloroform.
So in one in the True Crime Garage, when they did this story, they covered his story a little bit more,
Mhm.
and I thought they had said that he was in the hospital for 6 days.
Oof.
6 days from his injuries
Yeah.
and had suffered permanent liver damage from the
Oh my
chloroform.
god.
So, in addition to everything else, like
Mhm.
this poor and now, let's just blame the '80s a little bit more for their incompetence. Do you think there was therapy available for him?
Nope.
Do you think people looked at his situation like, even
With any empathy?
women were raped and they're like, "Well, what was she wearing?"
Yeah.
Like, there was no trauma help
Nope.
available
Nothing.
for him. And now, looking back now, what we know now, what he went through then,
Mhm.
there's no words.
There's
There's
no
just no
words.
fucking words. So to him, I say, I apologize for everything that you went through. I'm sorry that we couldn't have done better, and I hope that you know that you're a fucking amazing.
100%.
Mhm.
So the police ignore his complaint. Jeff staked out the
Mhm.
exit for Cumberland Avenue.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he
Badass.
did.
Badass.
I wanna
He eventually saw Gacy's car go by, got the license plate number, got the information,
Mhm.
went back to the police, and they did arrest Gacy
So now, isn't this all around the same time as that they were like, wouldn't this have all happened around that December
within a
time?
few
Because
months.
I thought, was there speculation, I could be wrong here, that one of the reasons he got away or that Gacy didn't kill him was because he didn't have any more room?
No, that was
No, that
Rob.
was okay, okay.
So they arrest Gacy, and he was actually out on bond when they arrested him as part of the Robert Peast investigation.
Okay.
So this happened in close proximity,
Okay.
but two separate things. I'm assuming that the reason that this guy got away was probably because he was a bigger guy for whatever reason. I don't know.
Well, I thought he was drugged the whole time.
I'm just saying,
Okay.
like, there was
Yeah.
something that
Yeah.
for whatever
Yeah.
reason,
Yeah. We don't know. How could you know? How could anybody fucking know?
nobody knows.
Going on in that
Um,
fucking asshole's brain.
Gacy told the police, episode 3, peace was in the water. The police basically said he had buried so many people in his crawl space. That's how they say it. He ran out of real estate.
Mhm.
He had no place else to bury anybody. That's why he used the river.
Mhm.
So Peace was the one that he no longer had
Right.
any space for.
Right.
He took Robbie from the store with a lot of witnesses. He drove him to his house, handcuffed him, assaulted him, tied the rope around his neck. He claims he left Robbie with the rope around his neck. The phone rang, so he decided to go answer the phone.
Uh-huh.
And when he came back, he was dead.
Yeah. Well.
Fuck you. Whatever.
Mhm.
Um, Gacy said, I carried him up to the attic to get him out of the bed so I could go to sleep.
Mhm.
Just like when you clear off the bed at night.
Mhm.
They're not real to him. I have no words.
Your story.
The police came to his house the next morning when Robbie was still
Yes.
in the house.
Yes.
So you remember in the very first episode, they're like, oh, he came here in the middle of the night. There was mud all over the
Mhm.
place, blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
He was getting
He
rid
was
of
getting rid
him.
of his body yep.
Oh my God. Then they talk about the blizzard of 79. And with all the snow and stuff like that, they finally found Robbie in April the next year. So they didn't find him for a while
Right.
because it was all frozen
Right.
over.
Right,
Do
right,
you
right.
remember the blizzard?
So here's the thing. They were talking about this. I'm glad you brought this up because
Because we were like 4 and 5,
I
3 and
thought this was
4.
78.
It says 79.
Okay, so I would have been 3.
It must have been January.
Right.
Okay.
So I remember a big, big, big snow,
Mm-hmm.
and let me when I say I remember, I have, like, visions.
Yeah.
So not memories, but
No,
like a
like a
snippet,
snapshot.
like a little snippet.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're old enough to have memories of 3. I know Aubrey's remembering stuff now,
Yeah.
but yes, I feel like I do remember that. And this was in December.
Okay.
And now our winters have been very mild.
Mild, yeah.
And then the last 2 years, the first weeks of December were frigid cold.
Mm.
Frigid. And our winters were weak. And now what happened today? Tell our listeners what happened today.
It snowed today.
What day is it?
Just it's
November
November
21st. It's not even
21st.
thanks fucking giving yet.
And it snowed.
It fucking snowed all fucking day. But I mean, the snow was gone at night, so it doesn't
It's
matter.
fine. I remember pictures of myself standing in front of the big snow.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was the house on Bishop that I was standing in front of.
I thought it. So the ones I have are on Loomis with our.
That's it,
Oh, I was going to
Loomis.
say I don't remember the Bishop House.
No, Loomis.
I
That's
was.
the right.
That's the one I remember. Is
Okay.
of us outside where
See,
the
I
snow was
remember
shoveled,
seeing the
and the
picture.
snow was so high it
So
was
high.
above our heads.
Yeah. Anyway, they
What are the doggies
demolished.
upset about?
They're mad because they're downstairs.
Oh, okay. Okay, I just want to make sure they're not letting us know somebody's here.
No, that's not that bark.
Oh, okay.
They demolished the house in 1979 basically because they destroyed his house.
I didn't realize it was that soon.
I didn't either. I thought it was later.
I felt like in my brain I had associated it with like lots of bad juju and like people being there and loitering, and then they're like, fuck it, let's just tear it down.
Yeah.
And they said they had people come in
And they were
and they're
like,
like, we just
it's gone.
like we can't repair it. Let's just tear it down. And
If we have to
Yeah.
build them a new house,
Right.
we'll have to build them a
Right.
new house.
you know, when they said that too, if we need to, we'll build it. It's cheaper to build him a new house. And I'm like, why are you building him a new house?
I don't know.
He's going to jail forever.
Forever.
Maybe they knew something we didn't know.
Blah, blah, blah. The Goog said 33 known victims.
Mhm.
At that time, 9 of the bodies were unidentified
Right.
because all they really had were dental records.
Yeah.
And then the unidentified were buried by donations of caskets and all of that. The picture in the newspaper that they flash on with the 9 that was
I saw
jarring
that. I saw that.
to see all of them like that. Gacy tried to, of course, claim insanity. Fact is, he hid the bodies. He
Oh,
tried
yeah.
to cover things up.
Oh, yeah.
He had a book about criminal procedure marked at the insanity defense.
100%.
He was able to function. He had a successful business. He was nowhere near insane.
No.
He's just fucking evil.
Yeah. With a capital E.
So then we get this forensic psychiatrist who I'm like, finally, he's going to say you're full of shit. This motherfucker says his father was drunk and abusive and he was sickly and he dressed in his mother's underwear and da-da-da. He was insane.
So by all accounts, everything that I saw was that
Are you
his
kidding me?
father was verbally abusive to him. And there were some lashings with a belt. How many times did you get beat with the belt when we were little?
I can't remember how
I
many.
got 2 or 3 that I remember where I was like, fuck,
I got
better
one I
not-
remember.
I better not do that again. It didn't turn me into a goddamn serial killer.
True story.
I mean, am I fucking normal?
Probably
No.
not. No, not
No.
even. No.
But my quirks are fun and usually not at anybody's expense.
So this guy, and I'm sorry, I think this guy's off his rocker. He tried to say Gacy was reproducing with his victims what had happened to him
Yeah.
all the times his father abused him.
Mhm.
Then he says basically Gacy was killing himself over and
Did he
over
really?
again.
I did not see this. I might have blacked it out.
I was
I
like,
might have blacked it out.
bitch, please.
Bitch, please is right.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
someone,
Ugly.
a psychiatrist for the prosecution said, if they find Gacy insane, meaning the jury,
Mm-hmm.
he will eventually be released.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the nails in the coffin for the
Mhm.
jury because they're like, whoa, 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 whoa,
Mhm.
whoa. even if he is crazy, we can't have him back out
He
there.
will, yes, he will
No,
do
no,
this
no, no,
again.
no, no. So then the defense is like, "Oh, you can't say that, blah, blah, blah. You're coloring their opinion." The judge says, "Disregard those statements." And I was like, "Oh,
Okay,
okay,
oh,
I'll just
yeah.
unhear it."
You're right, I just didn't hear that one,
Okay.
okay.
Then the prosecutor, this Kunkel guy who Gacy
Mhm.
hated
Yeah, I know,
him.
he
I
did, he
loved
did.
that he hated
I
him.
know, anybody he hated, yeah,
Ugh.
good.
The prosecutor has them put the actual crawl
Mhm.
space door, this like lump of wood,
Genius.
on the floor in front of the jury. He
Yep.
takes the pictures of all the victims off the board and he says, "You want to show this killer mercy? You show him the same mercy he showed these boys." And he threw their pictures into the crawl space. If I wasn't
Period.
crying by then, I would
Yeah.
have bawled at that
Yeah,
one.
it was you know what, though? It was what needed to be done.
It's true.
For however horrible it was, however, when we're like, "Oh, we need to do better with respect." I agree, but sometimes that had to be done.
Mm,
Those boys, that was their moment
mm.
for them to be like, "Yeah, what about me?
They matter.
What about me?"
They matter. Um,
And I'm gonna keep
Amaranti,
calling them boys
because they
because that's what they
were.
were.
They were children. Amaranti, the defense attorney, he's like, "Yeah, it
It
was
was over
over."
then. Mhm. I heard.
I was like,
He's
"Oh,
like, "Well,
there
that
it
was
is."
it.
Yeah.
Bye."
The jury took less than 2 hours to convict.
Mhm.
He was sentenced to death.
Yeah.
His defense attorney says, "I was so devastated they found him guilty. We poured blood, sweat, and tears into this." I'm like, he fucking killed
Well, yeah,
33
yeah,
people.
yeah, bro.
I'm
No.
sorry you had to work so hard.
I know. Did you hear it? Wait, so then you have on there what his defense attorney said that one of the victims, Robert Peace's dad, said to him? No, it was the other one.
Hmm.
Um, when he was leaving the court, and he said, "I don't." He's like, I don't hate
Robert
you."
Peace, dad.
It wasn't. He's like, "I don't hate you for what you did. I know that you had to do your job." And the guy's like, "Oh, that was like the best moment of my career." And I'm like, I mean, should this be about you and
Anyway.
your career? Or like, again,
Anyhow.
I mean, how much of a narcissist? Everybody's got a little narcissist in them.
Hmm.
That's how we relate.
True story. Then the prosecuting attorney who Gacy hated,
Mm-hmm.
is told Gacy wants to talk to him. Gacy tells him, "I don't think I deserve the death penalty. The jury didn't get the whole story." And then Kunkel says, "Well, John, I have the next 3 weeks off. I'll sit down with you and you can tell me the whole story.
Yep.
Tell me anything you want to tell
Yep.
me." And he says Gacy chuckled. And then Kunkel says, "That's what I thought, asshole. I'll see you at the execution."
Best line
I
ever.
was like,
I
"Oh."
like of all the shit that he said on those tapes and all the interviews that he got and all of the shit, that right there. And I'm not an evil person. That right there, I was
Mhm.
like, fuck yeah, you did. For
Yes.
every parent, for every brother or sister or friend that was missing someone
Mm,
who mattered,
mm.
that was the line where they're like, thank you for that.
True
I'll see you
story.
in the fucking execution, you prick.
Over the years, he appealed and appealed. At some point, he tried to actually say he never did
I
it.
remember that.
It got all the way to the Supreme Court, not just Illinois Supreme Court.
I didn't know that.
And his conviction and sentencing were ultimately upheld. He was executed by lethal injection in May of 1994.
So my front line is that I was in high school in May of 1994. I
You
was
were.
graduating
You
the
were.
next month.
You were.
And our history class, I was at Kelly High School at that point because
Yeah.
I left Curie, and they were talking about the execution.
Okay.
And I was like, I remember sitting in the class and I'm like, oh, I don't know if we should be talking about this. But they were, like, what's your take? I mean, it's a history class, right?
Yeah.
Social studies. And one of the kids in the class is like, fuck him. He killed one of my friends. Fuck him. Fuck him. And I'm like, but it
No.
wasn't, it was a friend of his, maybe his brother, because I was like, age-wise,
Yeah.
he would have been the same age as me.
Yeah.
So it was somebody he knew, maybe a cousin, I don't know, something like that. But it was a firsthand account of somebody
Oh
who
my
was a victim of
God.
Gacy that was in this class that I took.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Walter Jacobson, you remember Walter?
Who doesn't?
was drawn, his name was drawn by lottery as one
Mhm.
of the news people who was able to go to the execution. The, um, the media said that his last words were "kiss my ass,"
Mhm.
but not everyone says they heard that.
I agree
They
with that,
think they
yeah.
fluffed that up.
Yeah.
They said he took a deep breath, he closed his eyes, and he died.
Yeah, much more peacefully, I might
I
add,
wrote
and
that!
shut your
I said, "Sounds a lot more peaceful than what his victims went through."
That's why we're sisters,
Oh my
yo. Oh
god.
my god, you could totally tell that I lived in your womb after you.
They reopened the case
Oh,
to try and identify
yes,
the
please.
unidentified.
Let's get it.
In 2011, they identified William Bundy, they only had him as victim number 19 from the crawl space. He was 19. He left his house to go to a party and was never seen again. In 2017, a family in Minnesota reached out about their son who had left home to go to Chicago and have some fun and was never seen or heard from again. Jimmy Hawkinson was victim number 24 in the crawl space. And then most recently, 2021, they identified Wayne Alexander, who was in his 20s in 1976 when he disappeared. So there's still, I think,
I
6
think so.
unidentified,
Right.
but all we need is for people to come forward. So at the end of the documentary, they did say, like, contact the Cook County Sheriff's Department if you believe that a missing loved one may have been a
Mhm.
victim of Gacy, and
Mhm.
they can hopefully do some
'Cause didn't they exhume
DNA
all of them to get DNA samples? So
they took
they
their teeth,
right,
so they have their
they have their
DNA.
DNA, so it's
Yeah.
just a matter of matching it
Yep.
with so it's kinda curious because I wonder if they'll get, like, one of those familial matches at some point through or
Yeah.
do they run that, or is it, like
No, it's the reverse.
okay,
The ancestry DNA is how they're doing
okay,
it.
okay,
So I know this is a boring part sometimes for people, but I don't care.
okay.
The victims are,
It's our podcast.
oh yeah,
Mhm.
Tommy Bowling, last seen November 1977. They give the date of their disappearance
Right,
because they may have been alive a long time before they came across Gacy. We don't
right,
know when they
right,
died.
right.
So Tommy Bowling disappeared or was last seen in November of 1977. Matthew Bowman, last seen July 1977. Robert Gilroy, last seen September 1977. William Kindred, last seen February 1978. James Mazra, November 78. Robert Winch, November 77. Timothy McCoy, January 1972. Michael Marino, October 76.
Wasn't he very young?
That picture that they
I know,
used
I
was
feel like
super
I didn't
young.
look at your I didn't look, but
I
I feel
don't
like that one was a
know.
very young one.
I saw that, but there's another young one who they used a picture of him as a toddler. So then I was like, maybe that was just the only picture they could
Okay,
find.
okay.
Maybe he wasn't actually that young. John Mowry, September 77. Timothy O'Rourke, June 78. Kenneth Parker, October 76. John Bukovich, July 75. Randall Reffitt, May 76. Daryl Sampson, April 76. Samuel Stapleton, May 76. I mean, this guy was like,
I was just gonna say
it's
you're
like every fucking
every yes,
weekend.
yes, yes.
Michael Bonin, June of 76. Rick Johnston, August 76. John Prestige, March 77. William Carroll, June 76. David Talsma, December 77. Gregory Godzik, December 76. Russell Nelson, October 77. John Sick, January 77. Frank Landigan, November 78. Wayne Alexander, it just says 1976. Robbie Peace, December of 78. Jim Hickinson, August 76. And then William Bundy, January 76.
And these are just the ones we know.
Correct. There are likely others.
There are likely others.
Patty, who was Michael's sister, who was in the documentary,
Mhm.
said it best. We should all be remembered for the lives we lived and not how we die. Let these boys be remembered for the lives they lived. And that one made me like, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, suck it in, suck it back in.
Yeah. Oh.
So that is a hometown.
Uh. Well, you know what? You covered that very well.
I just
I hope
regurgitated, but thank you.
Yeah, but I hope that we were respectful of those boys, what they must have gone through,
I
what
can't even imagine.
the last moments of their lives, what they saw and how they felt, and, you know
And this asshole disparaging them and trying to make them seem like it's their fault and
yeah,
fuck that guy.
it's an ugly story. It's an
Mm,
ugly time. There was ugly wording. Like, some of this stuff in that documentary, they're like, what do they call them? Sex murders? Like,
for
I
God's
mean,
sake.
what? What?
And
It was just we
you're right. He should be classified as a
a
pedophile.
fucking pedophile.
You're
Fuck
right.
you. So, thank God he's gone. Like,
Oh,
there's not like, sometimes I think about the death penalty and I'm like, I know that they're what were the
so
numbers? Like, they're innocent. What did they say? 20% of the
yeah, that's the
population
thing.
is innocent. So, part of me is like, okay, I understand why we abolished the death penalty, because you don't want to
But
murder an innocent person. But, like, in this specific case, no,
I'm pretty sure he did
pretty
it.
sure he's guilty.
I'm pretty sure.
Now, there was some speculation that he did not work alone.
I don't
I don't
know.
see this narcissistic motherfucker letting
No.
anybody look at what he said. Those are my bodies.
No.
I feel like he was the build and was going after people of a build that he could handle on
Yeah.
his own.
Yeah.
I don't think you would have been able to murder 30 plus people without another person. They don't keep secrets.
No, and to be fair, yes, he did have accomplices. He had kids digging those fucking holes.
Well, they
They
weren't
didn't
they
know they were
yeah,
digging the
I don't know if
holes
I
for
would call
that.
them an
But, like,
accomplice.
that's the closest
Yeah,
particular thing that you could
right.
get to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
He's a douchebag.
I mean, we are at an hour and 20 for this one.
Woohoo!
So I'm glad we got it over with. I never wanna go back to him again, ever in my life.
I got a good one for my turn next time.
I
What are we doing next week?
so I think it's time.
Okay.
I think it's time.
All right.
You know who I'm gonna say.
God damn it.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, say it.
I think we're ready to cover my
Go ahead, say
Lacey
it.
Peterson.
Oh,
What did you think I
shit.
was gonna say?
John Benet.
I was gonna, but I'm not. I can't. I can't right now. I can't. And not that Lacey Peterson's any easier. Like,
John Benet looks like Aubrey,
there
the little Targaryens.
it's there are some stories that change the way you look at life, and there are stories that stick with you. And there are times that I have sat back and said, if I had 3 wishes, like, if I had 3 wishes, I think I would be like, let her go stay at her mom's house tonight. Like, just like,
Mm.
I don't know what about that story, if she was pregnant. I, I, we'll talk about it next week. We'll talk about it next week. It's time. It is time for me to tell her story in a way that has probably been told 100 times over.
That's okay.
But I don't ever want to forget it.
It's like every time we tell a story that, like, True Crime Garage did it, Netflix did it, everybody did it, but I'm learning things that I didn't know every time I hear someone
Yeah.
else's take on it.
I just don't wanna forget it, and I want other people to always remember her, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna cover Lacey
Um,
Peterson next week.
did you see that Tiki-Taki I sent you? Okay.
I'm be real honest, I didn't know you could send people tiki-takis
Oh,
in
Jesus
tiki-taki.
Christ. Okay.
I have 98 inbox tiki-takis.
Okay. So I sent you, it's just a picture,
Mhm.
and it said, I just told my wife, I'm sorry we have to raise children in these dystopian times. And she said, never feel sorry for raising dragon slayers in a time where there are actual dragons.
I responded to you.
But I just love it
Mhm.
because Aubrey's the dragon.
She's my dragon. We used to call I don't know if I've ever said it on this podcast.
No.
When Aubrey was born, she had red hair because she had the severe colic. Guys,
She had more
you
than
don't
colic.
know. She had more than colic, but if you think you had a baby with colic, we can talk. I'll bet my baby was worse. And we used to call her the redheaded dragon.
She
And
would
then
just scream.
She
Oh, the boo.
screamed, and then her hair fell out like little babies do, and it became blonde.
And she's a
And
Targaryen.
then we called her Enter the Golden Dragon.
She literally glows in the dark, Lisa. She's a
told you.
fucking Targaryen.
She's like, Mom, what color's your hair? And I said, it's brown. She's like, what color's my hair? And I'm like, it's blonde. She's like, no, it's not. It's white. And I was like, oh, whatever. Whatever.
Anyway,
So
you can do nothing right.
Yes. So on that note, excellent job.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody that stuck with us for this hour and 24 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to write in anything that we did wrong or
Go ahead.
anything that
We
you
don't
want to
look at
help
the
with,
comments.
we write, it is murderwithmysister@gmail.com. I'm still working on Facebook and other socials, and I am going to come on, George, and get the fuck out of here.
Roll up your goddamn windows.
I mean, let's go, guys. All
Okay,
right.
bye.
Bye.
Mixed and edited by me, Marie Abenante, parentheses, sort of professionally, end of parentheses. Executive produced by my sister, Lisa Linsner, and me, Marie Abenante.
Music by John Bartman, track City Girls. Cover art by our beautiful and talented niece, Alexis Marie Guerrero.
And we did all of this on our platform called Riverside, which is very user-friendly and lovely, and I hope it sounds good and looks good, and Riverside, forgive us for embarrassing you.
And thank you.
And thank you.